The Charlie Kirk Memorial was earth-shattering not only because so many people tuned in, but also because what they viewed. An impressive, amazing, unprecedented kind of display of faith, the types of which we have not seen in decades. And oh, by the way, it was all done without the help of the legacy media. More than 100 million views on the new media? Folks, we'll talk about it right now.
That man, that young man, I forgive him.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we are continuing to give you the news you need to know when it comes to entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve, you betcha. And for the drive-by journalists out there, get your jumbo pencils ready and take notes for tomorrow's headlines. Folks, as we get ready to dive in, click the like button, drop a comment down below, let us know. Have you become a Charlie Kirk fan or a Turning Point USA kind of person? Or perhaps let us know what you thought about Erica Kirk's speech last night. It left many speechless. A true definition of grace personified. All right, folks, out of that Park Place, Charlie Kirk Memorial viewership shatters records and makes history. Turning Point USA claims 100 million plus views. Let's dive in. The Charlie Kirk Memorial in Arizona on Sunday, September 21st, was not only noteworthy for its content and its fervent expression of Christian faith, defined in the face of evil. No, the event was also shocking to much of the world in terms of viewership. So how many folks, how many got to see Erica Kirk do something that is biblically powerful? How many people got to tune in to see President Trump and Elon Musk reforge perhaps their friendship? Well, here's what we've got. From Fox News on YouTube, their live stream picked up 2.16 million. No, that's not Fox News. That's just Fox News, the YouTube channel's live stream. You better believe the actual Fox News numbers are going to be way bigger than that. The Associated Press on YouTube had 1.15 million views. Who'd have thought that? The AP, 1.15, really tells you what some of those other streams out there that you might not expect were picking up. The Charlie Kirk X account had 3.3 million views. And what about the Charlie Kirk YouTube channel? 6.62 million views. And again, these are as of Sunday evening, because at some point we got to call it and start tallying it up. These numbers will rise, and they'll rise a lot. Now, with just those that we've looked at, just four, that's only 4 live streams with 13.23 million views. 13.23. Now, if you consider every other live stream out there, surely it's going to top 20, right? 20 million, easily, sure. We also know that in terms of live attendance, it was over 200,000 attendees in the main venue, as well as overflow. That comes to us from the New York Post. And for the traditional tube, talking about TV, we know that last week coverage of the situation, the national tragedy, was getting us something like 6.89 million viewers. Okay, that was on Wednesday. So if you assume that even just half of that number tuned in for the memorial, you got an extra 3. Now, what that means is that if we scroll down here, we believe that there's no possible way that it's less than 30 million. However, I want to say this. Turning Point USA is claiming a much, much larger number for viewership. It's one we cannot verify, but we can't deny. According to Turning Point USA, more than 100 million viewers tuned into live streams of the memorial. This comes from Andrew Colvett, who is with Turning Point USA. Our production and streaming partners tracked over 100 million overall streams for today's tribute to Charlie. This is just what they know about. It's likely much larger. He goes on to say over 100 million people just heard the gospel proclaimed again and again by speaker after speaker. Over 100 million. And basically without any help from the legacy media. Because the legacy media was playing football. And contractually, they're obligated to do so, so we can't be too mean to them. That said, turns out we don't need the legacy media. You can get hundreds of millions of views completely on YouTube and X and the other places. I want to show you what Elon Musk had to say. He was there. This is what he had to say about his friend Charlie Kirk and why he was taken from this earth far too soon. What a tragedy. How terrible. And then we're going to play part of Erica's speech that she gave. And God bless her. And God bless everybody who takes tragedy and refuses to turn what could be a little hell into a big hell. God bless everybody who takes these sorts of nightmare scenarios and they shine some light into it. God bless them. Here's Elon Musk.
Well, Charlie was someone who believed in dialogue, in open debate. He was a man of ideas. He spoke eloquently. He basically never even raised his voice. He was a man of peace. And now he's been murdered in cold blood.
Did you know him personally?
Yes, of course. We met many times.
How was he like?
I supported his organization. I supported Tony Point from quite early.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light. And he was killed by the dark.
Elon Musk speaks very wisely there. And as one of, the leader now, I think he's ahead of Sam Altman at this point, as the leader in the race for general artificial intelligence, AGI, right? Artificial general intelligence. Well, sometimes we confuse the thing. AGI. As the leader for AGI, this thing's going to be very powerful. And what we need more than just about anything is to ensure that the people who are developing AI, that they understand right from wrong, good from evil. I've had some worries about Elon in the past, and I won't go into that. I have worries about everybody. I have worries about my own self, right? So if you don't have that, you don't have self-reflection. So you better keep an eye on yourself. So I don't want to say that and make you think that I'm especially prejudiced against Elon. That's not true. But what I want to do is I want to say we desperately need somebody who gets the light in the dark right as AI begins to get very powerful. The prediction is that in 2029, that there will be an AI system out there that will exceed all human intelligence combined. And if we're going to build that, and if we have no choice but to build it because China's going to build it, we need to have some people out there who actually get right versus wrong, good versus evil. It does exist. And I hope that Elon will consider that. And I hope that Elon, after what he's seen, especially from Erica, is considering the concept of God. I really do. We don't always talk about that sort of thing here on the channel. But one of the things that I am keenly aware of is that I'm covering entertainment. And in covering entertainment every single day, what we're actually measuring sometimes is the story worth listening to? Is the game worth role-playing? And when you think about that and you try to find out, is a story worth watching, or should you invest your time into a movie? One of the things that might be of value is it the kind of hero that you'd be worth paying attention to and learning from? And so when they deconstruct some of our heroes, that's where we take umbrage with that. When they deconstruct Luke Skywalker, for example. See, I think that when you're watching a hero, or when you're reading a story and you're on the hero's journey, I actually think that what you're doing there is you're putting yourself into that place of that hero, and then the hero takes on a challenge. Sometimes it's a dragon, sometimes it's a stand-in for a dragon. And the reason that you watch the movie or you watch the TV show is because one day you might face some dragons. Now, you don't know that that's why you're watching it, but it's what you're doing. And so I think that the higher up you aim for your hero, and the more challenging the opponent that the hero has to face, that as that hero becomes better and better and better, and the farther they come from down in the pit of despair, what you're actually doing is you're seeing how far that hero can rise up towards the divine. And I'm not even sure that that's debatable. Like, I think that's what you're doing. And the better your hero is, the more the hero is trying to be like the divine. I think that's fair. And so I hope that our leaders, as we get ready to go into this new era of AI, I hope they get the divine. I hope that they see that what was witnessed at this Turning Point USA memorial for Charlie Kirk, that there's something divine that was experienced there that transcends what is humanly possible. Let's watch now what Erica had to say, and I think you'll see why I say that. And as we watch it, I want you to remember, if this had happened 10 or 15 years ago, I don't think people would have had the opportunity to see this, because I don't think that the legacy media would have played it for you. But because we live in the era that we do, and partly because of Elon Musk and his purchase of X, maybe 100 million people have seen this. How powerful is this? We'll watch and then we'll talk about it.
That young man. That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him.
And we'll pause there. And there are very few dry eyes in the arena as that happens. Very few dry eyes. We'll play it with just about the audio, if that's okay. My belief is that as she was looking to the heavens, looking to God to give her the strength to do that, I truly believe that maybe 100 million people watching, whatever number it might be, a huge number of people, I believe, prayed simultaneously in unity, "Lord, give her the strength." And she reached for a strength and for a kindness and for a goodness that transcends the worst human pain and finds a way to do the miraculous. And what Erica Kirk achieved there was miraculous. And it was seen by so many. And I think, folks, that I'm very happy that this has the viewership that it does. I would love to find out it's got 1 billion views in a week or two. I would love that. I try very hard not to weigh in on politics. That has become increasingly difficult as Hollywood embraces postmodern neo-Marxism and doubles down and works very hard to hold their grip of power, their gatekeeping system. And that has fallen apart. And now Hollywood they're screeching. And that it's making it very difficult for me not to cover politics, despite the fact that I don't want to necessarily. And when I do so, I want to go deeper than the politics of it. I want to go to the philosophical of it. I can't think of anything more heroic than what Erica Kirk did. And I can't think of anything more healing than what this event was. And I can't think of any better way for us to go into an era where we're going to create very powerful systems like AI, like AGI. I can't think of any better way to do that than to put on full display what evil is and what miraculous, righteous good is in comparison. What I saw and what you saw was powerful. The legacy media doesn't want you to see that. So I would invite all people of faith, everyone who believes in good, and I would invite those of you out there who are skeptical, highly skeptical, to join in trying to replicate what we witnessed, what we saw in stories, in movies, in TV shows, in video games, in comics, everywhere, in cartoons. Teach it to the littles. Teach it to the kids. Teach it to the teenagers. Folks, stories matter. They matter a lot. Entertainment matters. And what we do with technology is going to matter a lot. And what we witnessed is worthy of emulation. It's worthy of honor and it's worthy of respect. So, let's get at it. Let's work very, very hard to aim for the divine. Not only in our stories, of course, but also in our lives. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Folks, that's where I'll leave it for today. If you're out there and you say, Pro, I don't like it when you go into religious or spiritual or philosophical kind of places. Well, we'll get back to Disney. We'll do it. We'll go back to Disney. But for Charlie, for Erica, and, well, for the human decency and what we just saw, I have to stand back in awe. And I want more of that in my world. I want more of that. So I'll tip my hat to it. And I hope you do too. Let's embrace that. Let's go with that. It's better than what Hollywood gives us. It's as much better as the sun is bright versus a night with no stars and no moon. That's how far apart they are. Give me more of that. Folks, like, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And again, we'll end it a different way this time. God bless the Kirks. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America and the world. May we do our best to be more like the divine.